I hope you enjoyed watching about our adventure and being here for this vlog. On that note, take care, brush your hair.
Oh, we forgot to talk about something.
What?
The one morning I woke up and stepped outside the camper, and I noticed Carlin's shoes were scattered about, and one of my sandals was missing. One of my son's shoes was underneath the camper. The other one was next to the doorway to the camper. One of my daughter's shoes was under the camper, the other one missing, and one pair of her sandals were gone.
Sneaker!
Yeah, so you guys got to watch out. That sneaker, he will steal your shoes. So a strange thing happened this morning. We woke up at our campsite. I came out here, and as you can see, there's a couple missing shoes. We've got one pair of sandals completely gone. I'm missing my right sandal, and Evie's missing her left shoe. The sneaker has struck again.
We heard there was a fox close by to our campsite.
Yeah,
that was a shoe thief.
Yeah, after talking to the owner of the campground, she said that this fox has been doing this for years.
Legit, a sneaker attack stole our shoes.
Yeah.
And make sure that you check in with our channel soon, because we are giving out some information about Team Unstoppable. We are in a step challenge right now. It started August 1st. Yours truly are team captains, and we have a phenomenal team. And I can't wait to introduce you to them and tell you how we're doing so far, because it's awesome.
So that'll be Wednesday's video?
It'll be soon.
Okay,
it'll be soon.
Excellent.
We're back. Hi, I'm Carlin.
And I'm Mitch.
And we just got home from a vacation, and we missed you guys. It is good to be back, and I want to share what we got up to and how our health is doing since, over a week ago. We are on vacation, heading out on an adventure to one of our favorite camping places, Wahakwen Lake in northern Saskatchewan. Apparently there has been a bear baby boom. So the story I was told was that because of COVID, hunters never went out hunting the last couple years to the extent that they used to. And the bear population exploded. So we do have bear spray, we do have bear bells, but we're hoping for a safe adventure, having fun. We'll see if the kids try any new water activities. We'll see. Last year was the first year that Mitch water skied. It's gonna be a great week.
We spent the week camping up at Wahakwen Lake, which is in Saskatchewan's boreal forest.
This has become an annual trip for us. We go with family, sometimes friends. This year it was just our family and my sister's family, and we had a great time despite the fact that it rained pretty much every day we were there.
The first night we got there, we set up our camp, got unpacked, and went straight down to the beach where our brother-in-law had his boat out.
That was the nicest day we were there. It was
the water was like glass when we got there.
Yes, and so the kids got to go on tube rides.
And I did too.
Yes, I didn't that day. Woo! Now this is why we come here. Look at how beautiful it is. Stunning. And look at private beach all to ourselves. Stunning. But it was really nice. We also got to do quite a bit of yoga on the beach, which for me, that was a treat. That was the only place that we had Wi-Fi connection. And I gotta tell you, the Wi-Fi was spotty. Like, even getting the yoga practices was tricky. Text messages, there's no way we could send pictures or videos. So we had to go to the beach for any kind of phone usage. And I love that. Sometimes disconnecting is so important for your mental health.
I didn't even look at my phone the entire week.
And I did pretty much only down at the beach to get the yoga practices.
And photos and videos.
And photos and videos, that's right. And I love that.
Tuesday morning at about 3 a.m, I was woken up by a huge thunderclap.
I didn't hear
and hard pouring rain.
I sleep through anything.
I got out of our trailer at about 6:30 in the morning and it was still raining. And so I set up a giant tarp over our campsite.
It was incredible. It allowed us to have fires every day and hang out as a bigger group, whereas without that tarp,
yeah, we would have been either stuck in the trailer or under the small canopy of the trailer.
And either way, miserable for the entire week, soaking wet. It allowed us to have some dryness, which was key in our enjoyment of this past week.
And it took a lot of tweaking to get that tarp to
Anytime
stay
the
where it
wind
was.
would pick up, that was a challenge.
I sent the kids into the woods to find me some tall poles to prop up the center, and they came back with some amazing long branches and stuff.
And we had some strong gusts of wind.
We had a few poles fall down, and luckily none landed on anybody.
But then we tweaked it so that eventually, even with the strong gusts, it was a strong structure. So I was proud of our building. Some of the activities that we did on this trip were similar to a previous trip we went on last year. Like, we went and explored the Nipikimu Sand Cliffs, and they are over 150 million years old and beautiful. And then we took a 2-hour river float down the river, and the water was much higher than last year. So even though it was the same river float, the experience was completely different.
Yeah. Last year when we were there, we would be having to avoid rocks. This year, we were basically floating over top of them.
Well,
there was a few.
Not basically, we were.
There was a few
over.
that we had. Like, I stubbed my toe on a few, banged my knee.
Touch a single one. This is one of the top-rated hikes in Saskatchewan, and it's easy to understand why.
Oh, we're at the destination.
Woohoo!
We reached it.
This is a amazing river float, but take a look behind me. Wounded soldiers, people who were doing it before and got popped. They might still be on the river. We're just taking a little side out since we made it without popping anything yet. But what was really cool, there was one area where we stopped and the kids were swimming, and
yeah, it was a sandbar that
Yes.
was just lightly submerged in the water. Or was it? No, it was out.
it was out of the water.
Yeah,
And everybody would go up onto the sandbar and then run and jump, and there was, I don't know what you
The
would
water
call
had
it.
to be at least 7 feet deep, just off the
Taller.
sandbar.
Like,
Because I had my life jacket on, and I would jump in, go over my head, but my feet wouldn't touch the ground, but the life jacket would pull me up.
our brother-in-law, he did not have his life jacket on, and he tried to go down and touch the bottom. He couldn't. So there's just this one little area that was incredibly deep. I mean, maybe there was many areas that were incredibly deep, but
we found one.
it was
And
such
it was awesome.
a good time. We had so much fun on that river float. This is amazing. Incredible 2-hour float. So much fun. Beautiful location.
The rain didn't stop us from working on our 75 hard or our steps challenge, because in the rain. Cara and I went for a run. Went for a run in the rain.
2 reasons. One, actually 3 reasons.
We
One,
don't believe in fair weather fitness.
we have to get our steps in. There's no gym out here camping. We gotta get those steps for the step challenge. Reason 1. Reason 2, 75 hard. Like Mitch said, no fair weather workouts. We gotta get 2 in today. Yeah, it's supposed to rain all day. Big deal. 3,
Stop us.
health and wellness. Boom. If you want to be healthy, healthy every day, not just the sunny days. And
Fair weather fitness.
I'm soaking wet. Part of it's sweat,
Oh.
part of it is rain. And here we go. We did yoga. I did yoga every day except for the last day, but that was when we did the river float and we had to do a hike to get to the Nipikamau Sand Cliffs. And then it's a lot of work river floating. You think it's going to be easy, but when the current is going strong,
And it's pushing you towards like felled branches and stuff where it's going to pop your inflatable.
you got to
And you got to swim, push hard against the current. And yeah, it's a nonstop workout. After the river float, we drove up to the community Larange, which is on Lac Larange, which is one of the biggest lakes in all of Saskatchewan.
It was really neat. I'd never been that far north in Saskatchewan. And we went to the Robertson Trading Post. And it is a setup as a fur trading post for the locals selling fur. And I believe it's one of the only ones remaining. It's also a grocery store and a museum. And it was really cool. Some of the things that we saw in that store, like hollowed out canoes or handcrafted, beaded, beautiful leather jackets.
Moccasins.
Absolutely.
There
And
were snowshoes.
yes, and I bought this beautiful piece of birch bark art, which is crafted by a First Nations woman. And they take birch bark and they use their teeth to create intricate and beautiful designs. This is the piece of art that I purchased and I love it. I can't wait to display it. We also got, some of the cliche tourist items like sweaters, and our son got a fishing hook, and you got a beautiful jacket.
Yeah.
Like, it just had really neat stuff, and it was really cool to go to an authentic fur trading post.
They had a bunch of like taxidermied animals in there from the area up there, and lots of giant fish on the walls.
Absolutely, it was cool. It was a lot of fun spending time on the lake. I even took a turn riding the, what do you call it, a biscuit?
Yeah, tube,
a tube
whatever.
behind the boat. And at one point I said, like, I rode with the kids and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go for a nice calm ride. I don't want to get motion sick or anything like that. And then the kids were done and Mitch and my nephew climbed on with me. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I said, but if you boys make me fall off of this tube, I will be so mad at.
And just as she was saying that sentence, both my nephew and I leaned back on the tube and it capsized.
They just about drowned me. The tube went on top of me. I was trapped underneath it. I was like, get it off of me. Fortunately, I'm a pretty good swimmer.
And there's a pocket of air underneath there.
Yeah,
She
but I
really
didn't
needed
find it. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, they both are grounded.
Yeah, and we were both laughing pretty hard afterwards. But
I
I was
can
also
believe it.
very scared for my well-being
Yes,
because
as he should have been, because they tipped me in the water. I didn't want to get wet. I was like, let's go for a wild ride. But I was in there, had a good swim, and it was a great memory with a lot of laughter. It was pretty easy to stay on 75 hard because our days were just very active. Even though there was a ton of rain, our days were active. And anytime there was a break in the rain, we were going. And even when there was not breaks, we were going. And our nutrition was good. We had planned fairly healthy meals, and we didn't have, I did take some treats and some junk food, but I didn't go crazy. And
well, the scale proved it.
the scale proved it. I stepped on the scale, and I haven't stepped on my home scale Actually, I have. I know I'm down. I'm down a minimum of 3 pounds. Incredible, right? So we go on vacation and I lost weight for sure. I can't wait to tell you my actual number, but that's downward progress. I love it. 75 hard, success. Nutrition.
I would wake up and read my book first thing, just out underneath our tarp. And
Absolutely. But you know, the mindset we took when we went into this holiday was have a good time, be healthy. This is a health trip in a way. Like, you don't have to go crazy. Just because you're going on holiday doesn't mean you have to throw all of your healthy practices out the window. No,
you just got to prioritize
it's a different mindset. You know, I used to think, oh, I'm going on holidays, I'm going to eat all the junk I ever want. No, now food hasn't been like, it has to be a consideration in, you know, you need food to live. It's fuel. But it doesn't need to be chips. It doesn't need to be pop. It doesn't need to be drinking alcohol the whole time. It can be healthy and you can have just as good of time or better. And then you don't come home and be like, oh, I just feel awful. I put on so much weight.
Now I got to get back on track.
Right. There, I've taken a break. A break from what? A break from health? There should never be a break from health.
Truth.
And that's the difference in mindset. Health is every day. It was really nice to spend that week with my sister and just being with family. At the end of it, a lot of my family is from northern Saskatchewan. And so it was a natural fit that when we were done camping, it was time for my grandma's funeral. Now, she passed away about a month ago, and a little over a month ago, actually. And my family got around to having the funeral. And so after we were done our camping trip, that's what we did. We went to my grandmother's funeral and said our final farewells. And you know, I think that funeral is such an important part of the grieving process. Like, it's sad. It's very sad. And it's still sad. But that was it. And then saw our family, saw lots of
we got to
families
visit with family
that we hadn't seen in, I don't know, 8-9 years. And so it was good to catch up and see people, you know, that we had lost touch with and have a visit. Every day there is so much to be grateful for, and each day that we're given is a real blessing. We are not guaranteed any day, and every day that we wake up, we're lucky. Every day we can live this human experience. What are we doing with it? I think it's important that we, you know,
try and live our best lives.
That's right. Be healthy, and that's part of living our best life. If we're angry and miserable every day, which, you know, I've had my days where I'm really, really struggling, and I'm not saying you can never feel that way, but life is so limited and we think it's gonna be forever, but it's not. It's not. One day we will all say goodbye, and how we live it right now today is what matters. Every day. So I guess we can ask ourselves, are we living the life where if today was our last day, are we okay with that? Well, no, heck no, I'm not. But
are you happy with how you're living your life?
Right. Am I who I want to be? Am I reflecting an authentic inner self that makes me feel good about myself? In that case, I can say yes. 2.5 years ago, not a chance. Not a chance. On that note, take care, brush your hair.
We'll see you guys next time.
Oh yeah.